Good afternoon, everybody. Now we will start how to represent a graph. Okay. We already know how to represent a graph in pictorially. Now we will represent a graph in some different way. So our topic is representation of graph. Okay, there are several ways to represent a graph. So there are several ways to represent a graph. First is by using adjacency. By using adjacency list of vertices. Second, by using adjacency matrix. Third, by using incidence matrix. So by using these three ways, we can represent a graph in some different ways. Okay, in this ways we can represent a graph. So first we will study how to represent a graph by adjacency list of vertices. You know already what is adjacency of a vertices. The adjacent of a vertices is how it is connected by an edge. Okay, so now I will show it. Adjacency list of vertices. Suppose a graph is this one. This is vertex A, B, C, comma D. So in this graph G, there are four vertices A, B, C, D. So how will we represent this by using adjacency list of vertices? Adjacency list of vertices of graph G. Okay, first column I will write the vertices. Second I will write it adjacency vertices. Okay, so this is a simple graph. Okay, so now I am going to represent a simple graph in a different way by using adjacency list of vertices. Okay, so here the vertices are A, B, C, comma D. So what is the adjacency vertices of A? Here A is joined by an S with D and by another S with B. So adjacency vertices of A is B and D. Similarly, adjacency vertices of B is A and C. A and C. Similarly, adjacency vertices of vertex C is D, comma D. B, comma D. Similarly, for D it is A, comma C. Okay, so by using this method, we are representing a simple graph into this way. That means if only this thing is given, you can reverse it or you can get this graph. get this simple graph. So now similarly other problems you can do, or if other graph is given, you can find its adjacency list of vertices of that graph, or if this is given, this table is given, you can find what is the corresponding simple graph. Okay, similarly if a directed, this is an undirected simple graph, undirected simple graph. Now you can get this thing from undirected simple graph to this matrix, and to this adjacency list of vertices, and from this one to one undirected simple graph. Now I will say how to represent a directed simple graph. Suppose there is some direction, so how we will do it? Suppose this is the direction, anything. Okay, now this is a directed graph. So how will find its adjacency list of vertices? That means how to represent this graph. This is a directed graph, directed graph G. Now how will represent this? By using your adjacency list of vertices. Now I am changing this table. This is the same method, and I am changing this table as initial vertex, and this is your terminal vertex. By writing this thing, we can represent this one in this way, or if this format is given, then you can reverse back it. Okay, so what is the here the only four vertices are A, B, C and D. So if the initial vertex is A, then what will be the terminal vertex? You have directed edges here. Now you can find if A is an initial vertex, then what will be its terminal vertex? Suppose this is A, and what is its terminal vertex? D can be a terminal vertex. Similarly B can also be a terminal vertex. Okay, so this is D and B, that is B comma D. Similarly for vertex B, so what are the terminal vertex? Here the terminal vertex is, one is A, okay, we will consider only the directed graph without multi-edges. Okay, now this is a multi-edge directed graph. I want to consider only a directed graph without having multi-edges. Okay, so just change it. Okay, without multi-edges, let the direction be anyway. Okay, now I have given the direction to SS. Now we'll do it again. So what is the, if A is this one, so if vertex is A, and this is what is the terminal vertex for A? The terminal vertex for A is, this one is only B. Okay, only B. Similarly, if B is an initial vertex, what will be its terminal vertex? For B, this is a terminal vertex for B. For this S, C is a terminal vertex. Only this one, C is a terminal vertex, and for this vertex C, what will be its terminal vertex? Because there is an S that connects to A, so A will be a terminal vertex, and no other terminal vertex, so only A. So for D, what will be its terminal vertex? There is an S that connects to A, so A will be a terminal vertex. Another S joins to B, so B will be a terminal vertex. Similarly, another edge joins to C. So all A, B, C are terminal vertex for D. All A, B, C are terminal vertex for D. So if a directed graph without multi-edge, this is not multi-edge, this is a simple directed graph. So we are doing only for simple graphs, for undirected and directed. Okay. So this is a directed graph and we are doing its adjacency list of vertices. Okay, so if this one is given, we can get this figure or get this graph. Now we'll go to the second way of representing a graph, that is your adjacency matrix. Okay, so I will go to your second way. Adjacency matrix. That means if a graph is given, how we will find its adjacency matrix? Means that if a adjacency matrix is given, also you can reverse it and find the corresponding graph. There is this is another way to represent a graph into this form. Okay, so what will be the adjacency matrix? If a graph is given, let G is equal to V comma E, be a graph. Okay, it's a graph with mod V is equal to N. That means the vertex set V has N vertices. Okay, so if this is a graph, G is a graph with mod V equal to N, then AG is the adjacency matrix of G and it is defined by, or it is defined as Aij is the adjacency matrix of G, graph G, and it is defined means how we will find this adjacency matrix. It is defined as AG is equal to matrix Aij, where its entry is 1 if Ij is an S. If Ij is an S, then the ijth entry of that matrix is 1 and this is 0 otherwise. Okay, so if the ijth entry will be 1 if there is an S that connects the vertex I to J. Ij is an S means what? This is an S that joining the vertex I to this vertex J. Okay, so if Ij is an S, then this ijth entry of that matrix is 1, otherwise it is 0. So this is the definition how to if a given matrix, if a given graph is given, how to find its corresponding adjacency matrix. Now we will do some problem. So if a simple graph is given, how we will find its adjacency matrix. Okay, suppose this is a graph, just a simple graph. This is vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, vertex D. So what will be the adjacency matrix AG? This is a simple graph G. This is a undirected. This is an undirected simple graph G, and how we will represent this graph to another form, that is your adjacency matrix form. So adjacency matrix of G is taking the order solution, okay, taking the order of the vertex as A, B, C, D. That means I am writing that what will do the matrix here. Here the vertex as serially written as A, comma B, comma C, comma D. Okay, that is this is its order. So what will be your adjacency matrix of G? So I have already given the definition. Aij is 1 if ij is an S. That means this is your first entry, A11, A12, A13, A14, because since there are 4 vertices, so you will get a 4 cross 4 matrix or a square matrix having order 4. Okay, how many vertices are there? You have to find an adjacency matrix which is a square matrix whose order is n. Here are 4 vertices are there, that's why you will get a 4 cross 4 square matrix or a square matrix having order 4. So what will be your first entry? What is A11? A11, here the vertex A is not connected to that A. Okay, if there is any loop, then we can say that A is connected to A, but there is no loop, that's why A is not connected to A. That means this entry is 0. And A is connected to B. Okay, A is connected to B, that's why this entry is 1. And A is not connected to C. Okay, because there is no S that connects the vertex A to C, that's why this entry is 0. Similarly, A is connects to D by an S, so this entry will be 1. Similarly, actually I am writing this order as ABCD, that means you can roughly write this one. Roughly means for the new learners, this is A, this is B, this is C, D. Means what I have written here, taking the order of the vertex as ABCD, that means this A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. If I will not write this thing, then I have to write this one. Since I have written this thing, I should not write this thing, but for the new learners, I am writing this thing. Okay, this is ABCD, ABCD. Now B, now I have to enter this entry. So B to A, there is an S, because this one is BA. So there is an S, so this entry is 1. Similarly, B to B, there is no loop is there, so B to B is 0. No S connects from this vertex B to B. Similarly, B to C, yes, there is an S, so this entry will be 1. And B to D, yes, there is an vertex, so B to D is also 1. Similarly, now for third row, the entry is C. Now C to A, whether there is any S, C to A, no, so this will be 0. And C to B, 1S, so C, and this is B, so this will be 1. And C to D, 1, sorry, C to C, no edges, 0. And C to D, this is 1. And the last row is for D. And D to A, 1S, okay. And D to B, 1S is there. And D to C, 1S is there. And D to D, no S, because no loop is there. This is 0. Okay. Now this is the adjacency matrix of this undirected simple graph G. Now you understood it how to find an adjacency matrix from a given graph. Just using only this thing. Adjacent, if a given matrix, if a given graph is given, then its adjacency matrix can be written in Aij form, where the ijth entry is 1 if ij is an s, 0 otherwise. Okay, if these two, what is the row vertex, in each row there is a vertex and in each column there is a vertex, you have to enter if you have to enter this entry. That means this is the bth row and sixth column. If there is an s that joins b to c, there is an s, that's why in bth row sixth column we have to enter 1. If there is no such s, then we have to enter 0. Here the entry is 0 because b to b is not connected. B to b is not connected. If there is a loop, then b to b is connected by an s or by a loop, and no such loop is there. That's why b to b is this one is 0. Okay, this is an example. Now we can find the adjacency matrix of other graph. Take another example. Okay, take a pseudo graph. Okay, that was a previous one was a simple undirected graph. Now take a pseudo graph. Pseudo graph means this is an undirected graph where multi-edge and loop is present. Okay, multi-edge and loop both are present, then that is a pseudo graph. So do something. So I am taking simple graphs. So this is a pseudo graph. Points are same. What is this? A, B, C, D. This is a pseudo graph. PSEUDO. Okay, so if a pseudo graph is given, these are the vertices A, B, C, D. So how you will find its adjacency matrix? So in solution, I am taking the order of vertices as A, B, C, D. Okay, I am first writing this order. Then what will be the adjacency matrix? Suppose this is the graph G, and the adjacency matrix of graph G is equal to, since there are 4 vertices, so definitely I will get a matrix having order 4 plus 4. So ABCD, the order of vertices is ABCD. That means roughly I can write A, B, C, D, and this is A, B, C, D. So now for vertex A, is there any S that connects A to A? No S. Only a loop can connect that vertex to the same vertex. There is no loop at A. That means this one is 0. Similarly, A to B, there are 3 edges. Okay, so there are 3 edges that connects to A, that connects the vertex A to B. So for each edge we have to write 1. Since there are 3 edges, you have to write this one as 3. And A to C, 1 S. Okay, A to C, 1 S, and A to D, 1 S. Similarly, the first row is complete. Then for second row. Then B to A. Okay, 3 edges are there. And B to B. Okay, a loop is present. So this connects B to B. So B to B, this is 1. And B to C, 2 edges are there. So it will be 2. B to C, then similar to B to D, 1 edge is there. So this is 1. Then go for third row, C to A, 1 edge is there. And C to B, two edge is there, and C to D, C to C, C to C, no loop is there. That means there does not exist any S which connects C to C. That's why this is 0, and C to D is 1. Okay, and D to, for fourth row, D to A 1, D to B 1, D to C 1, and D to D. There is a loop, so D to D connects one by an S, this S. Okay, now this is your adjacency matrix for this pseudograph. Understood? Also, we can get back from this adjacency matrix to a graph. We are getting, because this thing represents a graph. So if a adjacency matrix is given, then you can find the graph. So now we'll do a problem. Now we'll do a problem. If this one adjacency matrix is given, how we'll find the corresponding graph. Okay. If the adjacency matrix of a graph G is given by, this thing is given by AG is equal to 1 0 2 3 0 1 2 4 1 2 2 0 we cannot take these things because what we are getting the adjacency matrix, this is a symmetric matrix, so you have to take a symmetric matrix here. Here this is 0 0, so this will be 0. And this is your 4, this is your 3. 0 1 1 3, sorry, 1 0 1 3, 1 0 1 3, 0 1 2 4, 0 1 2 4, 1 2 2 0, 1 2 2 0, 3 4 0 0, 3 4 0 0. Okay, so this is an adjacency matrix. So note that adjacency matrix, note that adjacency matrix is always a symmetric matrix. Adjacency matrix is always a symmetric matrix. So now this is an example of adjacency matrix. Now you will find its corresponding graph. If the adjacency matrix of a graph G is given by this one with vertex order as A, B, C, D. Okay, if vertex order is ABCD and this is your matrix, then how we will find the corresponding graph, or how we will draw the corresponding graph. I'm writing this is A, B, C, and this is your D, and A is connected to A. This is A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. A is connected to A. How A is connected, or how we can find an S that connects A to A? This thing only possible if there is an S. And A to B, 0. That means no S connects A to B. Okay. And A to C, 1 S. A to C, there is an S. And A to D, 3 edges are there. A to D, 3 edges are there. Okay, first row is complete. Second row. Now B to A, no S. B to A, no S. B to B, 1 S. That means there is a loop here. Okay. Then B to C, 2 edges are there. B to C, this is 1 S. This is another S. So B to C, 2 edges, and B to D, 4 edges. B to D, this is an S. This is number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, 4 edges are there. Then C to A. Now it is already complete. Just to check it. Now C to A, 1 edge is there. C to B, 2 edge. C to B, 2 edge. C to C, 2 edges. That means there are 2 loops. This is one loop and this is another loop. So 2 loops at this vertex C. So this is 2, and C to D, 0, no S connects C to D. And for D, or fourth row, D to A, 3. D to A, 3 edges are there. And D to B, 4 edges are there. D to B, 4 edges are there. D to C, no edges. D to D, no edges. So this is the corresponding graph G of this given adjacency matrix. Okay. So you have to note only this thing. Adjacency matrix is always a symmetric matrix. Okay. So if a matrix is given, adjacency matrix is given, you can find the corresponding graph. Or if a graph is given, you can find the corresponding adjacency matrix. So now come to third form. What is the third form of representing a graph? That is your incidence matrix. Okay. So this is also another matrix. This is your incidence matrix. So if a graph is given, how we will find its incidence matrix? Okay. Incidence matrix. If G is equal to V comma E, be a graph with mod V equal to N and mod E is equal to M. That means it has N number of vertices and M number of edges. So if this is a graph, then how you will find its incidence matrix? So if this is a graph with mod V equal to N and mod E equal to M, then its incidence matrix then M is its incidence matrix of order n cross m. That means I am taking the rows as your vertices and columns are its edges. And then M is its incidence matrix of order n cross m. Taking the order as vertex to edges, vertices to edges. Okay, M is its incidence matrix of order n cross m, taking the order as vertices to edges. So how will define this M? And defining as your small mij, that means the ith entry of this matrix M. This thing is equal to 1. This thing is equal to 1 if Ej is as initial vertex I. Okay, and this is 0 otherwise. This is not initial vertex. If Ej has a vertex, okay, if EJS has incidence, if EJ is an S with incident vertex, if Ej is an S with incident vertex or incident vertex I and 0 otherwise. Okay, now you understood. If G is a graph with vertex set B and S set E, and what is the number of vertices here? The graph G has number of vertices n and number of edges m. That means here the vertices are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that up to n. This is your vertex set. And what is your edge set? Your edge set is E1, E2 dot dot En. Okay, there are m edges denoted by E1, E2 dot dot up to En, and n vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to n. So these are the n vertices and these are the E edges. Sorry, m edges. So now its incidence matrix is M, whose order is n cross m. N denotes for this number of vertices and m denotes the number of edges. And how we will define this matrix M or this incident matrix? Here Mij is equal to 1 if Ej, these are the edges, if Ej is an edge with incident vertex I, then this will be 1, otherwise 0. That means if there is an S Ej whose incident vertex is I, it will be 1. The ith entry will be 1. If the EJS does not or EJ has I is not an incident point, then this will be 0. If this is an incident point I, for EJS this will be 1, otherwise 0. Now we will do a problem so that it will be clearly understood. Okay, now we will do a problem. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, now this is a graph. How we will find name its vertices, name its edges. Let this is E1, this is E2, this is E3, E4, and this one is your E5, and this one is your E6, this is your E7, this is your E8. Okay, I am just changing the name of the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does not matter. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So since there are 5 vertices and 8 edges, so the matrix will be a here V mod V equal to 5 and mod E equal to 8. So the incidence matrix M of G is a 5 cross 8 matrix. 5 cross 8. This is a matrix of order 5 cross 8. Okay. Write the vertices on the left. This will be your A, B, C, D, E, and edges here E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. Okay, these are the edges, these are the vertices. Now, how to write the first row? Here the vertex A is connected to which edges? Or A is the incident point of which vertices? Sorry, which edges? A is the incident vertex of edges E4, E5, E1. Okay, that means which edges are connected to this vertex. Okay, incident means which edges are connected to this vertex. Only E4, E5 and E1. E1, E4, E5 are connected to this vertex. So E4, E1, E4, E5 will give 1, and for others we will give 0. Okay, E1, E4, E5. E1, E1, E4, E5. This is 1 and others are 0. Okay. And for this vertex B, this is the incident point of which edges? E1, E2 and E6. E1, E2, E6 will give 1, and for other columns will give 0. E1, E2, E6. E1, E2, E6. This one, and for others will give 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And for C, this edge is connected E2, this is E5, this is E8. E2, E5, E8. Okay. E2, E5, E8, and rest are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now for fourth row and D vertex, this is the incident vertex of E7S and E8S. E7 and E8. E7, E8, and rest are 0. Now for fifth row, and the vertex E is the incident vertex of which edges? E4, E6, E7, E3. 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, 3, 4, 6, 7. 3, 4, 6, 7, and rest are zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is your required incident matrix. Okay. So if any graph is given, you can find its corresponding incidence matrix. Okay. Now I will do another problem. So if a shadow graph is given, now this was a simple graph. Now we'll do it for a shadow graph. If a shadow graph is given, how you will find its incident matrix? Okay. So this is another example. Do a shadow graph. Shadow graph means just multi edges are there. Multi edges are there and loops are there. Make another loop here. Also make another loop here. Now give the points. Vertices. This is A. This is vertex B. This is vertex C. This is your D. This is your E. So 5 vertices are there. Now name the edges. Let this is your E1 and this is E2. This loop is your E3 and make this is your E4, E5, E6, E7. Then name this as E8, E9, E10. Okay. S number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is another one. E11. Okay. There are 5 vertices and 11 edges are there. Now how we will find its corresponding incident matrix? Okay. So this is a pseudo graph. Pseudo pseudo graph. So if a pseudo graph is given, how you will find its corresponding incident matrix? So let M be its corresponding incident matrix. Here the number of vertices is equal to 5 and number of edges is 11. So the answer will be, this is a matrix of 5 cross 11, which is a big matrix. Okay, we'll do it. So this is E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9, E10, E11. Okay, and this here is A, B, C, D, E. Now we will write the matrix. A is connects to A to A. There is an S. This is a loop. So A to A. That means E1 connects A to A. Similarly, how other edges for which A has incident points, incident vertex E2. That means E1 and E2 is the incident vertex of E1 and E2 has incident vertex A. So these two will be 1 and others are 0. Okay. Similarly, the vertex B, for vertex B, for which edge it is an incident edge, incident vertex. So for E2, E3, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. Okay. For these edges, B vertex act as an incident vertex. Okay. So E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. So 2 to 7. 2 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. These things are 1 and rest all are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now comes to third row. For this vertex C, which edges are connected to it? E4, E8, E9, 4, 8, 9, 11. Okay. 4, 8, 9, 11. 4, 8, 9, 11. So these entries are 1, other entries are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is 0. Okay, now comes to fourth row. The vertex D is connected to which edges? These are the edges E7, E6, E5, E8, E9 and E10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these entries are 1, other entries are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now comes to fifth row. E, the vertex is, this is an incident point of only this is E10. Okay, so E10. So in E10 column I will enter 1 and rest entries are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So now you understood how to find the incident matrix from a given graph. Okay, so these are the three ways to represent a graph. Okay, so these are all the representation of graphs. Okay, today is only this much. Thank you.